Hi, Shanna Rowe Jackson here from Caution Our Stat Play, and today I want to take a look back on 2021. I know the year isn't over yet, but yesterday was Thanksgiving, and it really gave me the chance to think about the things that I am grateful for. And so I thought this would be a good time to look back on 2021 and just to kind of get an idea of what I've accomplished. This was my first year out of school. I graduated in 2020, and so this is my first year with my degree, technically. And I just kind of wanted to take a look back on things. And of course, this year was very similar to last year. As we all know, it's a worldwide issue. And so it was hard to get some things done that normally it would be easier to work on in normal circumstances. So I just kind of wanted to look back and find the positives and kind of get some perspective to see the direction that I'm going in as an artist. And I thought that this would be a great time to do it. And so I think I'm going to look back on my goals that I set last year for 2021 and see what I've accomplished. But I also want to talk about a few things that popped up this year that were unexpected. And the first thing that I want to talk about is the fact that one of my artworks was published in a book. I am so excited about this. So this was in the works pretty much the whole year, because when I decided to do this video, I was looking back at all my timelines and all my emails and things like that, and it looks like they had contacted me. Taschen is the company that makes these books, and this is the Library of Esoterica. They had reached out to me back in February of 2021, the first time. And what it was is they had seen one of my artworks online, and they had this publication that they were planning on doing, and they thought that the artwork would be a good fit for their publication. And I am so excited about it. And here is the artwork. And I didn't expect to get a full page. I figured, this one is mine. I figured it would be like a smaller one, but I got a full page in there, and that was something that I didn't expect. So I'm very excited about that. I have seen these books around for a long time. They have a lot of great books on artists. One of my painting professors had a bunch of their books in the studio about different masters. So they have a lot of great books. I'll link their website in the description below. A lot of their books are pricey, but they're very informative. And like this one is so thick, and it's got that perfect new book smell, and I just can't believe my art is in it. And this is actually an older piece of mine. This is called Sisters of the Night, and I did this back in 2012, and so this one is almost a decade old. And so it's just kind of strange, like it's really neat to think about the fact that this still, like, to think that this is 10 years old and somebody still found value in it. And this would be like, back when I painted this would have been like a dream come true. So this is just so exciting. That was one of my favorite things of 2021. So something else that happened in 2021 is I have been trying a lot of art supplies. So I don't necessarily think this is an accomplishment, but it has expanded my view and my experience as an artist. And so I think that that always has value. I have tried a lot of the Holbein products. Before this year, I had only tried their gouache, and now I've tried their acrylic gouache, their watercolors, their colored pencils, which I never thought that I was going to try because I didn't know they'd be readily available in the US. And I really, really thoroughly enjoyed working with those materials. I also recently tried the Black Wing matte pencils, which I've been wanting to try for years. You saw that on my channel recently. And I also tried a couple of craft supplies that I didn't know that I wanted. Well, I did. Like, I had been looking at some of these craft supplies, and then I got lucky enough that some of these companies had reached out to me and sent them to me. One of them was the Imuki paint pens. Those things were amazing. That was a lot of fun to try. And the other one was the paint pouring set by Hippie Crafter. So that was fun to try. And it was just so much fun because it expanded my mixed media horizons. And a lot of these materials are now going to be staples in my studio. Something else that I did this year was I started doing some printmaking from home. I hadn't done any printmaking in about 4 years, or maybe less than that. I had done some printmaking when I was in college, but it was a different kind of printmaking. And then I wanted to have a taste of it at home, so I tried lino cut or block printing, and I've really enjoyed that. And it's so different than my process when I'm painting that it really helps me kind of wind down. It's so relaxing. So you've seen a couple of those videos from me as well. And then something new that I did on my channel this year, which I haven't gotten in the habit of doing, is I did my first studio vlogs. And I think that I really enjoyed doing that. And once my studio is really put together, which clearly it isn't, I'm actually filming in my kitchen right now, so I apologize for the funky lighting and my squeaky kitchen table. But I'd really like to do more studio vlogs. So let me know if that's something that you would like to see in the future on my channel. Okay. So, what else did I want to say? Oh, yes, I wanted to talk about some of my favorite pieces this year. So last year when I did my 2020 review, I spoke a lot about my Skies series, which I did end up doing one more of my Skies series this year, and I loved it. It was beautiful, but I also have been just working with so many different mediums that a lot of my favorite pieces are from different mediums. So it's kind of cool to think. And my favorites, I think, were probably like my raspberry piece that I did in oil pastel. And I really, really enjoyed my tufted titmouse portrait of a bird that I did. And that was like the first painting I did this year in watercolors. And so those are a few of my favorite pieces. But, so that's kind of like a rundown of my year in review. Now let's take a peek at what my actual goals were and see if I accomplished those. I'm a little bit worried. Okay, so here are last year's goals, and I think that this one is actually the list because I kept revising the list in a million ways. So I believe this is the list I ended up going with in my video. So hopefully this is accurate. So the first thing on the list was to work with watercolor more. I definitely did that. I started the year off by doing a watercolor painting, and then I also had tried the Holbein watercolors, and I experimented a lot with watercolors in my sketchbook or just small pieces here and there. So I definitely had accomplished that. And then do at least one oil painting. Yeah, I started one. I didn't finish it, so this is a 0.5. This is halfway done. Oh, we're halfway there. But so with oil painting, I really want to get my studio fixed up better before I finish that one. I want to have proper ventilation. I don't want to oil paint in my house because I have my pets. I don't have like a spare room in my house that is set up for me to work in where I'm away from the pets. And so my oil painting that you saw in my studio vlog, it's still a work in progress. I haven't had the chance to finish it. Improve hand lettering skills. So I don't know how well they improved, but I definitely worked on this year. I did a video where I had bought a hand lettering kit, but I've also been working in my sketchbook here and there and doing more crafty things that require hand lettering on them. So I feel like I have worked on that more than I have in years past. So paint large at least once. Yes, I definitely did that. I did a landscape painting that ended up being a part of my Skies series, and it was on a good size canvas. It was like a panorama size. Like, I feel like it was either 12 by 24. I think it was 12 by 24. And then I also, my bumblebee oil painting that I've been working on in my studio vlogs, that one is like a 16 by 20. And while those aren't the largest sizes I've ever worked on, it's definitely larger than what I typically work on because a lot of times I'm in like the 8 by 10, 11 by 14 realm. And so I definitely accomplished that this year. Sketch more regularly and improve freehanding skills. I did definitely do that. I worked a lot in my sketchbook. So here are a couple of examples. This one I kind of had some crossbars in there. This one was freehanded. And basically what I do is I do it to scale. And so for like an 8 by 10 painting, I do a 4x5 box in my sketchbook and sketch in that. That way there, when I scale it up, I can scan this into my computer, print it off in an 8x10 and transfer it to my drawing surface. You might recognize this one. This one was in my video where I talked about how it's okay to fail. This was a charcoal video. It didn't go well, clearly. And so, yeah. But I have definitely been doing that, and I'm really happy with it, and it's very therapeutic, and I'm going to do more of that in the new year. Sorry, this is really messy because I don't think I ever planned on actually showing this in a video. So here we go. Do more illustrative, surrealism, spiritual artwork. I definitely did that. One of the parts of that goal was to work on the book that I've been working on for my niece, and I have not worked on that as much as I would have liked this year, but I definitely did a surrealism piece with a fairy and Inktense just recently, and I'm very happy with the way that came out, and it ended up creating like a new series for me, so I'm very happy with that. And that one actually kind of runs into the next one. Continue expanding candy series. I've taken some new reference photos for that. And then start a new series. So I definitely have done that. This one's probably a 0.5 because I haven't done the drawings, but I have a bunch of fun like ideas and things that I want to do for my candy series. But then, yes, I started a new series because that fairy drawing is what has really kicked off the series. Even though there was one drawing before then, this was the second drawing in the series. And so now I definitely want to do more. Improve studio space, walls, lighting, organizing. So I have started to improve the studio space. It is not done yet. We have started mudding the walls. We're going to do sanding soon, and then we're going to paint. And then also I have been shopping for good organization, like, you know, different kinds of ways to store my paint and things like that. And then lighting and stuff like that. So it's in the works. Hopefully, maybe this will be my biggest goal of 2022 is to get that studio finished because I would love that. It's going to open up so many more doors for me filming when I can get that. And so my content is going to be so much better once my studio is finished. So continue expanding websites, sell originals, and regular prints on Fine Art America. So definitely have continued expanding my website. I have sold some originals this year, which I'm very excited about, and I offer originals on my website. I will link my website. I think that you guys will like it, but I've been working on that pretty much all year long. Every time I just like to pop in there and see if there's improvements that I can do. So I definitely been working on that, and I'm really happy with the direction that it's gone in. And I wouldn't say I sold regular prints on Fine Art America, but I have been selling some prints, and so that's probably, a 0.5 there. I'm pretty happy with it though. And then continue improving channel. I have been posting pretty regularly. There are a few times when I haven't been able to because life gets in the way. I try to post every week, but there are just some times when it just isn't possible. And then new outro. I haven't filmed a new outro yet. I don't know. I gotta figure that one out. I haven't done that yet. I took my old one off where I was screaming at you guys, but I haven't gotten the chance to do a new one. Be on camera more. I have not been good about that. I'll be honest. I have not been good about that because my surrounding area isn't the great, I don't have a very good place in my home to film. And my studio isn't ready yet, and so that's not a very good place to film, so I'm not on camera as much as I should be. And then hit 5,000 subscribers. This one I did, and I just want to thank you. This just happened recently. Thank you so much, everybody, for your support. I genuinely appreciate it. The fact that you take time out of your day to watch my videos and to comment on my stuff and to subscribe so that you can see more, it really warms my heart, and I couldn't be there without you. And I want to say that this actually wasn't necessarily a year-end goal. I was trying to go from March to March because I think March was when I hit a different milestone. So I actually hit this not only before the end of the year, but also way before March. And I just thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Something else that I did this year that I didn't think I was ever going to do was start a TikTok. I just never thought I'd be on TikTok. I think it's because I don't know, I'm getting older. I don't know. I'm one of those people, I have a hard time jumping on the trends when they're first trending. And then I come late to the party, and then I always hit just as there's going to be an algorithm change. I don't know. I don't have the best of luck with that. But I'm on TikTok now. I post some short content there, and I'm trying to do shorts more as well. So that's something else that has kind of changed, and I look forward to growing in the new year. So if you are over on TikTok, feel free to go find me over there. I'm Caution Artist at Play. I'll link it in the description below as well. And I could definitely use the love over there. And I just kind of post some funny things. Sometimes I post different tips and stuff. And a lot of times I'll post those on shorts as well. But yeah, I'm over there. If you're over there, let's hang out over there. But yeah, so I think it's been a pretty good year, and I'm looking forward to next year. Again, I didn't necessarily think that I had accomplished as much, because how do you beat getting your bachelor's? You know what I mean? Like I graduated in 2020, and I had an exhibition in 2020. And so for me, there's really no necessarily beating that. But as somebody who's trying to find her ground now that she's graduated from school and trying to get out of the routine of school, and I had a video where I talked about that before, where I actually kind of missed school, I think I've done pretty well for myself, and I have a set of plans in place to really get my career going in the next coming years, and I'm so excited to see where things go, and I hope that you'll come along for the ride with me. I truly appreciate everybody who watches my content. As I mentioned before, I don't need to get too sappy about it, but yeah, I'm very excited to see where things go. The long-term goal is to be a full-time artist. I'm trying to get there, and so every day is an adventure, and I'm working towards my goals, and here's hoping that you'll get to see me accomplish those goals soon. But anyways, so I'm going to do a new list of my goals for 2022, and I will post a video on that soon. But thank you so much for watching and for reviewing my year with me. Yeah. I hope that you had a wonderful year, and I hope that you have an awesome upcoming year. And here's hoping that things just get better, and that we're not stuck in this loop that we've all been in for the past 2 years. All right, thank you so much for watching. You have a great day. I will see you next week. Bye.